UPSC CSE 2024 service allocation list में out of 875 candidates, 179 candidates have been allotted the prestigious Indian Administrative Service, that is IAS. और top 20 rank holders में से all the 20 they have chosen IAS and they have been allotted IAS. But what makes IAS the first choice year after year? Is it truly worth it? To understand this, we had this conversation with Anil Swarup sir, who's a retired IAS officer of 1981 batch. जिनके 38 years of service as an IAS officer, it is a testimony to the impact and the reach of this role. उनका career, it was marked by the integrity and transformational work in public service. And this illustrate कि क्यों IAS अभी भी aspirants को inspire करता है and will continue to inspire the generations to come.
Many aspirants come to me and ask me, sir, answer कैसे लिखें? मैंने कहा लिखना जानते हो? If you look at UPSC papers, there are no direct questions. You have to analyze, and that has to be skill sitting here. No one teaches that. When I was posted as Coal Secretary Government of India, तो मैंने एक मित्र को फोन किया, मैंने कहा अरे कोल सेक्टर कैसा है? तो जवाब तो दिया नहीं, मुझसे पूछा उसने गैंग्स ऑफ वासेपुर देखी है क्या? I used to travel to Delhi to IIPA library, return in the evening, and during the day I used to make notes. Okay. But I advise people not to make notes. Total no to notes. Don't waste your time. And the biggest sacrifice that you need to do is sacrifice this. आप कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट में घर से आ रहे हैं, क्या कर रहे हैं रास्ते में? नज़ारे देख रहे हैं. नज़ारे तो अपनी जगह पर आएंगे, चले जाएंगे. You have to utilize that time. I became an IAS officer because my father wanted me to become an IAS officer. If I were to be born again, I'd like to become an IAS officer yet again. And that will not be my father's choice. That will be my choice. Because it's so fulfilling.
Economist Sanjeev Sanyal sir has said that it's a wastage of youth to keep on preparing for this exam. So how many attempts?
I agree with him that you should not make it a profession. Yes. Appearing in civil service. In the 38 years of my career, I never ever went to any politician for any favor whatsoever. And yet I got probably the finest postings that a civil servant can have.
So when should one think of a plan B or start in?
Don't think of plan B at all.
यहाँ पर जितने भी जिनका exam clear होगा, they'll be the young officers in future. तो वहाँ पर mentorship कितना ज़रूरी है?
Absolutely imperative. If an officer is using social media to promote himself or herself, she's doing disservice to herself and to the society.
What are the different shades of politicians?
Oh, all shades.
You have
had bad, ugly, all shades, from black to absolute white.
I have these quick 5 rapid fire questions that I have to ask from you. Rapid fire. So it has some fire also. What's that most bizarre request that you've ever received as a civil servant? जब आप civil servant बन जाते हैं, तो आपको कोई gift दे दे, तो क्या वो लेना सही है? Anil Swarup sir is 1981 batch, retired IAS officer. And of course, he's such an inspiration. He has inspired all of us. We must have read about him or unki books. All of us know about the books also. आप सबके पास अभी books हैं भी. तो आप सबको पता होगा अनिल स्वरूप सर ने बहुत सारे डिपार्टमेंट्स हैंडल किए एज अ सेक्रेटरी ऑफ एजुकेशन, एज अ कोर सेक्रेटरी इन द गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया, एंड अदर देन दैट देयर आर मेनी पोर्टफोलियोज दैट सर हैज हैंडल्ड एंड ही हैज हैंडल्ड विद सच इंस्पिरेशन दैट टुडे इट हैज बिकम स्टोरी. हर जगह everybody knows about sir and the stories that he has. So sir, I welcome you today on the podcast.
Pleasure being here.
How are you, sir?
Absolutely fine. Better now. Sitting with youngsters.
Yes, sir. They all will be listening to you today. Sir, we know that after a person retire, they hang up their boots once they retire. But you're handling so many things right now. You're mentoring students. You're mentoring even the civil servants. You are giving the talks. You are inspiring all of us. How do you do that? And what made you do this? You're writing books also.
You know, the bottom line of one's existence is happiness. And if one can do what one feels happy about, that's the best thing that you can do in life. So I'm enjoying myself. I'm enjoying interacting with the youngsters, partly guiding them, partly assisting them, and being with them. So I'm thoroughly enjoying my life, and that's what that matters. Yes, I'm busier than when I was Secretary Government of India, but this business, as it were, is more enjoyable than my business as Secretary Government of India. Because here I have the freedom to decide where I want to go, who I want to sit, who I don't want to sit. Right. This freedom I have, which probably I didn't have when I was in service. I had to sit where I had to sit. I tried to enjoy those moments as well, but this is much more enjoyable.
And when you joined the services in 1981, you joined in as in Indian Administrative Services. But before that, sir was in Indian Police Services also. So the preparation of you becoming an IAS officer, it began years before, I think, because I've read somewhere many years. Your father had planned things for you. How would
You know, as I often tell aspirants to civil service, that you have to prepare for civil service. And I did that myself. My actual preparation was only for about a year or a year and a half maximum. But I was preparing to prepare, which is preparing myself to develop such attributes that would help me prepare for civil service. And those attributes relate to developing skills of comprehension, analytical skills, communication skills. These are skills that if you develop, then preparing for the civil service becomes that much easier. I've often said, many aspirants come to me and ask me, sir, answer कैसे लिखे? मैंने कहा, लिखना जानते हो? अब लिखना जानते नहीं, आंसर लिखने बैठ गया। तो पहले तो लिखना सीखना पड़ेगा, और उसके लिए थोड़ा कठिन है रास्ता, दुरूह है, थोड़ा कभी-कभी बोरिंग भी हो सकता है, लेकिन वो रास्ता जरूर तय करना है, because without having the skills to understand, which is comprehension, without having the skills to analyze, without having the skills to communicate, no matter what is sitting in your head, ultimately number तो मिलेंगे जो आप लिखेंगे वहां पर या बोलेंगे इंटरव्यू में। अब वो हम तैयारी करते नहीं, हम किताब पे किताब। भाई, knowledge is an essential ingredient for qualifying. There's no doubt about it. But knowledge alone doesn't help. You have to know how to perceive that knowledge, how to analyze that knowledge, how to express that knowledge.
And how that comes, because everybody...
Okay, let me elaborate this since I mentioned here. As I said, you have to develop and cultivate the skills of comprehension. Why? Because almost everyone feels that he or she hasn't sufficient time to prepare for civil. Everyone says, sir, बड़ा pressure है, बहुत time नहीं है. और उसको आप थोड़ा सा पीछे analyze कीजिए. You know, some of the aspirants read it once and they understand what they've read. Others will take twice, thrice, same thing. Same activity taking longer time, which depends on the comprehension of that individual. Now the question is, how do you develop comprehension or the skill to comprehend quickly? A lot of comprehension depends on your vocabulary. Your understanding will depend on whether you understand that word, that term. If you understand that concept, that term, you'll understand what is written there.
Right.
So there has to be a separate effort to improve your vocabulary, and that can be done through editorial pages where you write down those words. Because why editorial page? Because that word will appear in a particular context. And when you see the meaning, you'll put it in that context and see whether that word can be used in other contexts also. So gradually over a period of time, your comprehension does not improve in 1 month, 2 months.
Right.
It will take a couple of years at least for you to start understanding more. The second is, I was assisted by 2 excellent books. One was by Wilfred Funk, 6 Weeks to More Powerful Vocabulary, and by Norman Lewis, 30 Days to Words of Power or something like that. So these 2 books helped me because they very scientifically help you improve your vocabulary. Because if you are able to understand what you are reading, because without understanding, what will you speak? Suppose someone tells you improve your communication skills. मैंने समझा ही नहीं तो फिर बोलेंगे क्या? तो समझना is the first step. The second is analytical skills.
Right.
That if you look at UPSC papers, there are no direct questions. You have to analyze. And that has to be skill sitting here. No one teaches that. And it takes a long time to develop analytical skills. How do you develop analytical skills? You develop analytical skills by reading material which is analytical in nature. And the best material that is available is the editorial page. Because those articles are written by people who are men of letters, who present their point of view very logically, rationally, point by point. So once you keep reading this over a year or 2 years, that settles in your mind that this is how a subject has to be analyzed.
True.
There is no formula. You can't do it through Maggie culture. 2 minute में जो है, आज अनिल स्वरूप साहब बता गए, कल से मैं analytical हो जाऊँ. ये बड़ा gradual है. And third, the most important part is communication skills. If you are, you may be having anything here in your head, you may have any analytical skills, your marks will be given by what you write in.
Right.
So how do you develop communication skills? वही बात आ गई, उन्होंने सब आंसर कैसे लिखे? पहले लिखना सीखिए, बोलना सीखिए. So इसकी drill थोड़ी कठिन है, बट अगर इसको जिन जिन ने फॉलो किया, मतलब आई बीन गाइडिंग एस्पिरेंट्स फॉर पास्ट 7 years now,
yes,
and almost everyone has benefited by this. This is a tough drill, but if you do it, you'll benefit. मेरा फीडबैक ये है कि 50-60% इसको 1-2 दिन बाद छोड़ देते हैं, क्या बकवास है, लेकिन आते भी थोड़े ही हैं, मेरे ख्याल 5-7% ही आते हैं सिविल सर्विस। तो ये डिसाइड करना पड़ेगा आपको क्या करना है। उसमें करना क्या है कि whichever newspaper that you're reading, pick up one of the editorial article, not the editorial, but the editorial article. Stand in front of a mirror and read it aloud, gradually but loudly, and record it on your phone.
Right.
Why record it on your phone? Because you know where you're going wrong.
Analyze.
And then over a period of time, you'll see how you're improving. Now, this is initially, you'll wonder why is it happening? Because you haven't read. If you haven't read aloud before, you'll find it very awkward standing in front of mirror.
True.
और आपके कोई भाई दोस्त होंगे आसपास, वो आप पे हंसेंगे भी। मुझ पे भी बहुत हंसते थे जब मैं पढ़ता था। मैं आपको 1979, 78, 77 की बता रहा हूँ। बहुत हंसते थे। अब आज की तारीख में मैं हंस रहा हूँ, पता नहीं वो लोग हंस रहे हैं। तो आपको डिसाइड करना है कि आपको दूसरे हंसी की चिंता करना है, अपनी खुशी की चिंता करना है। सो आप पहला काम ये कीजिए, read it aloud in front of a mirror, slowly, but every day without fail. If you don't do it every day, it's gone. It's wasted. After you've read the newspaper, put it down, speak it out in your own words. This is even more tough. Because पढ़ के तो सामने है, बोलेंगे कैसे, आपको आधी चीज तो समझ में नहीं आई हो. You would not have understood, and you have not spoken like this before. But do it. Even if you speak for 1 minute, speak for 1 minute and record it. You will see gradually over 2-3 months that you are able to speak much more fluently, much more relevant aspect. Initially, there will be a problem, but you have to get over that hump. This is step 2. Then step 3. After you've read it, after you've spoken it, pick up a piece of paper and write it. You know, you have to come to a stage where you are able to write anything that comes to your mind. If you reach that stage, you won half the battle. Right. Because knowledge you'll acquire through various coaching institutes, they will tell you, you read the books. But your ability to express whatever sits here, if it becomes fluent and easy, then imagine how easy would it be for you to write an answer. True. But you jump the gun, you get down to that. So this is one part of improving communication channels, communication skills. So if you follow this, I think you would be preparing to prepare for civil service.
True. I think that is the most important preparation to start preparing for this exam only. And when you were preparing in 1980s, when you were preparing, 1979, I think you told me. तो उस टाइम पे और अभी के प्रिपरेशन में, we all know अभी रिसोर्सेज बहुत है, and there is a plethora of resources, abundance है, और उस समय पर रिसोर्सेज इतने नहीं होते थे शायद. तो अभी के टाइम पर उस रिसोर्सेज से कैसे अपने आप को लिमिटेड करना है उन
So I come to the aspect of knowledge. There are 4 aspects: knowledge, comprehension, analytical skills, and communication skills. Let me come to knowledge. The acquisition of knowledge during my time was very difficult because material was not available. Right. I used to go to libraries. In fact, my father was posted in Aligarh. I used to travel to Delhi to IIPA library, return in the evening, and during the day I used to make notes. Okay. But I advise people not to make notes now. Total no to notes. Don't waste your time. As you read, make points. Why points? Because when you revise, then you don't have to read the whole thing. You just go through those points. And if you're unable to recall what you've read, then you read the book. You don't have to read the book all over again. Because if you actually understood what you've read, you'll be able to recall. If you followed the procedure or the drill that I have suggested, the chances are that you'll remember most of it. If you don't, then you read it. So then you're doing selective reading. And that will, I mean, I almost revised 6 to 7 times before the final exam. And initially I was troubled because I thought, if my first reading has taken me so long, I can't have so many revisions. But I discovered that if my reading took me 6 months, the first revision took me 3 months, the second revision took me about a month, third revision 15 days, and last revision a few hours. I could revise within few hours on the last day before the exam. So it depends on how you approach. Books to mili jati hain aajkal, books ka problem nahi hai. The approach is very good.
And sir, when somebody starts thinking of preparing for this exam, as you said, prepare for the exam. Some aspirants feel like हमारे अंदर ये quality नहीं है क्या? What all qualities do they require in them if they want to prepare for this exam?
The only quality they require is to discover what they don't know. There's no other quality. Everything else. When I did my class 12, I had science side. And you all won't believe it. I could not speak 5 sentences in English or Hindi or write 5 sentences. That was my status, class 12.
Same today.
But I realized that, I recognized that, I understood that, I accepted that, and then I followed the drill which I suggested to you. I became a national debater within 2 years. Because I did it very strictly. मैं जब ये विल्फ्रेड फंक की किताब पढ़ता था तो उसमें कई वर्ड्स आते तो मैं यूज करता था, कई जगह गलत यूज हो जाते थे. वो तो गलती तो होनी है, स्वाभाविक है. और कई लोग हंसते थे, देखो क्या, एक ने तो मेरे ऊपर आर्टिकल भी लिख दिया, देखो ये शब्द इस्तेमाल करता है. अब आजकल पता नहीं वो कहाँ है इस समय. गलती तो करना स्वाभाविक. दूसरा हंस रहा, हंसने तो यार क्या फर्क पड़ रहा है. भाई आपको कोई इंसल्ट नहीं कर सकता जब तक आप खुद इंसल्टेड ना महसूस करें. सोचिएगा इस बात. करने दीजिए उसको जो कर. आप अपना काम कीजिए. आपका तो एकाग्र आप लगे हुए हैं उसमें. And you are taking that journey. So you have to, you can. I've seen many people, some people have that environment and they've developed those skills. Many people don't, but you can develop it now.
Is this also the name of your book that is you're writing now?
My next book is, which is releasing 2 days down the line, is You Can Make It Happen.
Yes.
The whole book is about this. Whole book is that you can make it happen, irrespective of the set of circumstances. कुछ भी व्यवस्था हो, अगर आप में चाह है तो आपको राह मिलेगी. But you have to sacrifice for it. And I'm coming to a very important aspect of preparation.
True. Sacrifice.
Sacrifice and discipline are very, very important. You have to eat, drink, sleep, speak, everything civil service. For every moment that you spend, you have to ask yourself whether it will serve the purpose of your becoming a civil servant. You have to have that passion, that commitment, because the competition is tough. I get nightmares that I may not be able to qualify now because the competition is absolutely, so tough now. So greater competition. And the biggest sacrifice that you need to do is sacrifice this. This has to be with you only for 2 hours. Mark my words, friends. Don't keep it with you. अपने मित्र को दे दीजिए, उसका फोन आप ले लीजिए. क्योंकि आप कहीं बाहर जाएंगे तो साथ रहना चाहिए. घर पे हो तो अपने पेरेंट्स को दे दीजिए. अपने पास रखिए मत, क्योंकि ऐसा नहीं, बड़ा कठिन कार्य है, आसान नहीं है. वो ऐसा लगता है कि दुनिया रुक जाएगी अगर मैं ऐसे नहीं देखूंगा. वो हाथ चला ही जाता है. फिर वो आजकल वो सोशल मीडिया भी चल गया ना कि रोज इस दिन ब्रदर्स डे, फादर्स डे, सिस्टर्स डे, वो डे, और फिर ये लगता है कि वो उसने लाइक और डिसलाइक और क्या जाने क्या क्या है. वो कुछ आजकल रील भी चल गई है कुछ. तो सब उसी में लगे रहते हैं. बड़ा मजा आता है, आनंद आता है. वो आप यू कांट अफोर्ड टू वेस्ट सिंगल मोमेंट. फ्रेंड्स, एवरी मोमेंट इज इंपॉर्टेंट. सो फॉर एग्जांपल, आप कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट में घर से आ रहे हैं, क्या कर रहे हैं रास्ते में? नजारे देख रहे हैं. नजारे तो अपनी जगह पर आएंगे, चले जाएंगे. यू हैव टू यूटिलाइज दैट टाइम. मैं ऑल्सो सजेस्ट करता हूं कि आप दिन में कम से कम 40-45 मिनट फिजिकल एक्सरसाइज जरूर करें. वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. यू हैव टू बी फिजिकली हेल्दी. If you're not physically healthy, you'll find it difficult to sit for 3 hours and write an answer. I did that. पहले साल में मेरी आदत थी लेट के पढ़ने की थी. वो 3 घंटे बैठे, मेरी पीठ बोल गई, मैं नीचे जमीन पे लेट गया. I did not realize you have to be physically fit. योग कीजिए, आप जिम जाइए, जो चाहिए कीजिए, 45 मिनट कीजिए. उस समय पूरा रिवाइज कीजिए. 45 मिनट रिविजन टाइम है, क्योंकि ये चल रहा है आपका दिमाग, तो रिविजन होना चाहिए आपका. What you are thinking in your spare time is very critical. How do you spend your spare time is critical.
And even at this age, you also, I just want to tell everyone, sir plans each and every minute of his life. While we were traveling, we were coming here, he was replying to all the messages. He's very active on the social media platforms also. Like he replies on the Twitter messages that you send. He replies on the mails that you send. So he utilizes that time also. And uske alawa, he's doing the talks, he's writing book, he's going to, in fact, abroad also for the talks. So he is managing time, and I think this is one quality that all of us should have in us. If we want.
दिन में 24 घंटे होते हैं ना, 7 घंटे आप इससे ज्यादा सोते हैं तो गड़बड़ है कुछ. 7 घंटे सोए, 17 घंटे, इतना टाइम है, क्या करें हम? एक्चुअली क्या है, बड़ा सबकॉन्शियसली अनकॉन्शियसली वी वेस्ट टाइम. वी डोंट रियलाइज इट. से वही चीज कम टाइम में भी हो सकती है. जो भी आप कर रहे हैं, आप रिफ्लेक्ट करेंगे तो ठीक हो जाएगा. आप रिफ्लेक्ट ही नहीं करेंगे, ठीक है, चलना.
And sir, in your book Encounters with Politicians, we saw that you, and people usually say you are very close to our current PM Narendra Modi ji, and PMO में भी आपने काफी चीजें नोटिस की है, तो वहाँ पे कभी ऐसा डिस्कस हुआ था टाइम को लेके? Because we have heard from PM Modi also, he is very particular with time.
No, he's very particular. I mean, he's
Yes.
very punctual, very particular, and that's why he's able to manage it.
True.
It's a question. See, मैं बार-बार इस चीज को कहता हूँ कि you have no control over others. आप लोग, कई लोग IAS अफसर बनेंगे, पुलिस अफसर बनेंगे और अभी सोचेंगे मैं समाज में ये कर दूंगा, ये कर दूंगा, वो कर दूंगा, यहाँ कर दूंगा, वो कुछ करवा नहीं पाएंगे आप। अपना कर लीजिए, बहुत बड़ी बात है। अपने ऊपर फोकस कीजिए कि आप क्या कर सकते हैं, तो देश दुनिया का अपने आप ठीक हो जाएगी। आजकल लगे हुए हैं देश को सुधारने में। आप देश करना ज्यादा ना सोचिए, अपने आप अच्छे नागरिक बन जाइए, देश सुधर जाएगा। अच्छे अफसर बन जाइए, देश सुधर जाएगा। आप, और वो बनने के लिए पहले आप अच्छे स्टूडेंट बन जाइए यहाँ पर।
एंड सर, बिफोर जॉइनिंग द सर्विसेज जो प्रिपेयर करते हैं, उनके दिमाग में ऐसा होता है कि एवरीबडी वांट्स टू ब्रिंग अ चेंज, एवरीबडी वांट्स टू बी ऑनेस्ट, बट व्हाट हैपेंस विद योर एक्सपीरियंस, आई वांट टू नो कि हाउ शुड वन हैंडल जब सिस्टम में जाते हैं या ज्वाइन करते हैं, यू फील कि ऑनेस्टी कहीं ना कहीं खत्म हो जाती है, तो एस्पिरेंट्स फील दैट, and
I see no reason why honesty should be over.
Yes.
I mean, you can lead an ethical life and you can be a very successful person.
And you have lived that.
You can be a very happy person. होता क्या है कि हमारी आदत है ना, वो कहते हैं अच्छा ईमानदार है तो देखो कैसे रह रहा है, उसको कोई पूछता नहीं है, सब पूछते हैं। मैं अक्सर अफसर से कहता हूँ तुम्हारी इसलिए वक्त तो रिटायरमेंट के बाद मालूम पड़ेगी, अभी तो तुम वहां बैठे हो, सब सलाम करेंगे। और वो तब जो आपका कॉन्डक्ट इन द सर्विस रहा है। And that's why in my book, Ethical Dilemmas of a Civil Servant, I have written, ethical conduct pays phenomenally. I am an enormous beneficiary of what I did, and I'm very proud of it. Yes, there would be honest people who are suffering. There will be dishonest people who are doing well. There will be dishonest people who have gone to jail. 2 chief secretaries of UP have gone to jail. लेकिन हम उनकी चर्चा नहीं करते, हम उन डिसऑनेस्ट ऑफिसर्स को देखते हैं जिनके घर में 6 एयर कंडीशनर लगे हुए हैं और बड़ी गाड़ी घूम रही है, वो दिखता है हमें ज्यादा। You have a choice. The best bit about civil service, at least the IAS I can say, you have a choice to be honest, you have a choice to be dishonest. And that's why I write in my book, first book, that if I were to be born again, I'd like to be an IAS officer. Because there's no other service in the world which allows you to remain dishonest, yet enjoy life, which allows you to remain honest, yet enjoy life. But honesty के साथ अगर आप efficient नहीं है, तब problem है. You have to be efficient. And I keep saying, at least in the IAS, honesty alone is not enough. Honesty is a necessary condition, but not a sufficient condition. You are paid by the government to perform on the ground, to deliver on the ground. And you should jolly well do that, not use honesty as an excuse for non-performance. Some of us do that. आप पे ये भी निर्भर करता है कि आप पावर को कैसे परसीव करते हैं. There is a power of a danda, there is a power of a no, there is a power of yes. It depends on you. These options are available.
And some civil servants and all, we have this thing in our mind that transfers, they take transfers as punishment. And you are somebody who has always said that transfers are like death, it's inevitable. And you have made the most out of the transfers also. Wherever you've gone, you've thought of making change.
See, again, transfer, I mean, initially I was also very upset when I was transferred. But gradually I realized this is something which is not in my control. This is a trend that helped me be happy, in the sense that gradually I was realizing that I will not worry about issues over which I have no control. Transfer is beyond me, but I will certainly introspect and see whether that transfer happened because of my conduct. That's very important. Many IAS officers, where the transfers, I have been transferred 48 times and they appear as martyrs. I don't agree with them. I mean, you have to look inwards and see, and as I did, am I getting transferred because of my arrogance? Am I getting transferred because I treat politicians, that all politicians are dishonest? And gradually I discovered I was wrong. Politicians come to you with some genuine work also. You should be able to do that and do that quickly. So you develop a reputation of being a very efficient officer, also that he will not do anything wrong. That helps. But if you're not efficient, only a person who's not doing anything wrong, you could be in trouble. If you waste your time in what you can't, you won't have time for what you can. And if you focus on what you can, that can will grow. I have experienced it myself. In the 38 years of my career, I never ever went to any politician for any favor whatsoever. And yet I got probably the finest postings that a civil servant can have. Can was growing because there was if there was a coal crisis, they wanted Anil Swarup.
Yes.
Investment crisis, they wanted Anil Swarup. So what you have to do is to present yourself as an efficient person. And then they will take you.
And talking about politicians, I just want to ask, what are the different shades of politicians?
Oh, all
Because
shades. All shades.
you have
Good,
had
bad,
experience.
ugly, all shades. From black to absolute white.
Yeah, there was a time I
All
think I read in your book that you were doing something right, and that politician also praised you after a few years. Like, what was that incident?
No,
sir?
there have been a number of instances where politicians have praised me. Prime Minister Modi praised me.
Yes.
I mean, when I did coal auction in front of 100 secretaries to Government of India, he said, देखिए अनिल जी ने कितना बढ़िया काम किया. So you get praise. ऐसा नहीं है कि नहीं मिलती. हाँ, आपको लात भी मिलती है. वो ठीक है, जीवन है. इसमें ये तो हर चीज अच्छी तो नहीं चलेगी.
True.
कुछ ऊंचा होगा, कुछ नीचे होगा. तो आप अगर ये समझ के चलेंगे सब बढ़िया चलेगा, आप आईएएस में आ जाएंगे सब बढ़िया चलेगा, ऐसा नहीं है. ये आपके then it is depends on your persona, your personality as to how do you handle such situations which are not totally in your control or which are difficult to handle. How do you handle challenges? I loved that. When I was posted as Coal Secretary Government of India, तो मैंने एक मित्र को फोन किया, मैंने कहा अरे कोल सेक्टर कैसा है? तो जवाब तो दिया नहीं, मुझसे पूछा उसने गैंग से वासेपुर देगी है क्या? सेटल हो गया. फिर मैं अपने मित्र के पास गया, मैंने कहा यार वो एक और मित्र था, वो बड़ा नामी गरामी ज्योतिषी है. मैं उसकी टांग खींचता तो मैं वैसे ही चला गया. मैंने कहा यार ये कोल सेक्रेटरी बन गए हैं, हाथ देखो बताओ क्या रहेगा. वो भी समझा मजाक ही कर रहा है. उसने देखा ध्यान से, बॉस अगले 3 महीने आपके बड़े खराब है. मैंने कहा उसके बाद, बोले उसके बाद आदत पड़ जाएगी. तो ये सब चला. लेकिन जब मैं कोल सेक्रेटरी के कमरे में घुसा तो वहां जो मैंने माहौल देखा वो बड़ा कठिन था. फाइलों के बीच में वो बैठे हुए थे, सीबीआई ऑफिसर्स के फाइल्स के प्रति ये वो. मैंने कहा यार स्थिति अब इतनी खराब है और तो खराब होगी नहीं, अब जो भी होगा इससे बेहतर ही होगा. आई कैन वॉक अवे विद दैट क्रेडिट. नाउ दैट्स एन एटीट्यूड इशू. यस, you look at a challenge and I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed the challenges. And as luck would have it, during my career, I got those assignments जहाँ खूब गड़बड़ हो रही थी, मुझे भेजा गया ठीक करो. मजा आता था करने में.
And when an aspirant fills the form एग्जाम के लिए, सबका प्रेफरेंस ज्यादातर आईएएस ही रहता है. तो आज जैसे कि हमारा टॉपिक भी है, why IAS is it worth it? तो आप क्या कहना चाहोगे?
Of course. First of all,
क्या opportunities है?
पहले worth it. I mean, as I said, I've written in my book, I became an IAS officer because my father wanted me to become an IAS officer. If I were to be born again, I'd like to become an IAS officer yet again. And that will not be my father's choice. That will be my choice. Because it's so fulfilling. You know, you can't imagine the kick. I've used the word kick in my book on a number of occasions, and I call them my Bharat Ratnas, that you get in terms of helping people who are helpless. You are, and the recognition that you get. It is not merely, I'm being selfish here. I mean, everyone wants recognition. Who doesn't want recognition? I also wanted recognition. And you do get recognized for good work if you do that good work, whether as Coal Secretary, whether in the Cabinet Secretariat, whether as Education Secretary. I mean, I probably got more recognition than I deserved. So there is a lot of recognition available, and you can do a lot of good. Like, for example, when we were doing the health insurance scheme, we were impacting 350 million people. No Ambani or Adani can impact 350 million people. That health insurance scheme, and they were the poorest of the poor. So I remember when Mr. Obama became the president of the US, one of his advisors rang me up. He said, Mr. Swarup, can you come over to the US and make a presentation on your wonderful health insurance scheme? I said, our scheme is totally different, not related to the US. I won't be able to convey anything. He insisted. So when I went to one of the meetings at the World Bank, I went to an institute called Brookings Institute, which houses the advisors of the president. And they were representatives of Gates Foundation, Rockefeller Foundation. There were also officials there. After the presentation, I was having a cup of coffee. This gentleman from Gates Foundation walks up to me and asks me, Mr. Swarup, you seem to be very passionate about the scheme. What is the government giving you beyond your salary? Oh, a very interesting question. Then I asked him a counter question. I said, Gates Foundation gives millions of dollars to poor countries and poor people. What do you get out of it? He said, well, that's our job. But more than that, we derive a lot of satisfaction out of helping the poorest of the poor. That's what. And then I narrated a story to him. I said, in this scheme, I visit a small hospitals which are empaneled. One day I was visiting a hospital and I was talking to a beneficiary patient. I heard a very feeble voice from behind. I turned around and I saw a very old lady calling me beta idhar aao. उनको किसी ने बताया था कि मेरा कुछ लेना देना है स्कीम से. So she was flashing that smart card and she was calling me. I went there and I bent down. She was so old, frail. So I asked her, माता जी आप ठीक तो हैं? She told me, बेटा मैं बहुत तकलीफ में हूँ लेकिन अस्पताल वालों ने मेरा बड़ा ख्याल रखा. अगर बिल्कुल आप ठीक हो जाएंगी, घर जाएंगी. नहीं नहीं बेटा मेरा कोई घर वर नहीं, मैं तो भीख मांगती थी. मैं एक झोपड़ी में रहती थी, मैं बीमार पड़ गई. मेरा पड़ोसी है, वो भी भीख मांगता था. उसने तुम्हारा ये कार्ड देखा, हमें अस्पताल में ले आए, यहाँ सब मेरी सेवा कर रहे हैं, मुझसे पैसे भी नहीं मांगते, मेरे पास है भी नहीं देने को. मैंने कहा माता जी आपको पैसे देने की जरूरत नहीं है, आप ठीक हो गए अपने घर जाएंगी. नहीं नहीं बेटा मेरा तो कोई है ही नहीं, ना बेटा है ना भाई है, कोई नहीं मेरी दुनिया में, और मेरी उम्र भी इतनी हो गई है, अब मैं ऊपर वाले के पास जाऊंगी. ये चलता रहा. फिर शी मेड अ रिमार्केबल स्टेटमेंट. शी टेल्स मी ऊपर वाले जाके एक बार जरूर कहूंगी तुम्हारी स्कीम बहुत अच्छी है. So this is the Bharat Ratna that you get.
Right.
Who will get this Bharat Ratna? And there are many such stories.
Yes.
Where you have an opportunity to serve people who are totally helpless. And the amount of, and आपकी जेब से एक पैसा नहीं खर्च हो रहा है, सरकार के पैसे से क्रेडिट आपको मिल रहा है. देखिए ये हींग लगे ना फिटकरी और रंग में चोखा है.
So this is about when you get into IS, aspirants they give exam, they get some other service. So उस टाइम पे क्या सिर्फ IAS ही बनना है या फिर
हर
सर्विसेज का
हर सर्विस में
एक
आप
रोल
कोई सर्विस देखिए ऐसा ना, it is a question of where and how do you derive your satisfaction.
True.
Okay, that's the bottom line. अब कोई मुझसे पूछता है कि आप तो रिटायर हो गए हैं, बुढ़ा गए हैं, आप घर बैठ के मूवी क्यों नहीं देखते आप? अब मुझे मजा आता है आप लोगों से बात करने में, लोगों से बात करने में मुझे अच्छा लगता है. मेरे लिए तो यही भारत रत्न है. आपको डिसाइड करना आपको क्या अच्छा लगता है.
राइट.
हर जना प्राइम मिनिस्टर तो नहीं बनेगा कि वो जो है वॉर जीत लेगा पाकिस्तान के अगेंस्ट, जीते ना जीते कह तो देगा ही. तो ये हर के लिए हर का थोड़ी ना है. आप अपने वॉर जीतिए ना, अपने आप से वॉर जीतिए, जो आपको मजा है वो कीजिए.
And once I've read somewhere that economist Sanjeev Sanyal sir has said that it's a wastage of youth to keep on preparing for this exam. So how many attempts?
I agree with him that you should not make it a profession. Yes. Appearing in civil service. To my mind, maximum 3 attempts. I mean, there are people who've qualified after 3 attempts also. It's not to say that don't, but don't waste your time. Because see, maybe you don't have that part of your personality does not fit into the examination pattern. You're good. You'll be good elsewhere. Yahan pe, I mean, I have written it separately that examination system needs to change. Yes. But be that as it may, the examination system requires certain attributes of you. Maybe you don't have that attribute. You have a greater analytical skills. You require more time to express yourself. Fair enough. You'll succeed elsewhere. But in this examination, what time constraint है? वो 3 घंटे में ही आपको सब पूरा पेपर करना है, तो हो सकता नहीं है, तो उसको रेगुलराइज कीजिए और 3 साल के बाद फिर दूसरा काम कीजिए. लेकिन अगर आपने तैयारी उस प्रकार से की जैसे मैं बता रहा हूं, you will have no problems. I can guarantee that.
And many aspirants they ask also about the state civil services. In your book, you mentioned about your friend.
Outstanding. Yes. Outstanding officers.
Yes, state you mentioned about the officers in
outstanding state civil services.
So when should one think of a plan B or starting?
Don't think of plan B at all. Plan B is improving communication skills, improving analytical skills, improving comprehension. This is plan B, which works, serves into plan A. अगर आपने ये तैयारी कर ली तो प्लान बी आपका साथ साथ तैयार हो रहा है. बिकॉज आपको नॉलेज होगी, आपकी कॉम्प्रिहेंशन इंप्रूव होगी, आपकी एनालिटिकल स्किल्स होगी, कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स होगी, बेसिक स्किल्स आपके पास तैयार हैं कहीं भी काम करने के लिए. वो हम बेसिक स्किल्स की बात ही नहीं करते.
And we have a dedicated paper, GS4 for ethics.
Yes.
If we talk about ethics, can it be like it's a character based or it can be taught also? Because we see there are instances, some aspirant has cleared the exam, but the information given to UPSC was wrong. Some civil servant officer has been accused of taking bribe, corruption. So what?
No, there are two different things.
Yes.
Don't confuse ethics paper for a person being ethical. ये बिल्कुल अलग कर दीजिए आप. एथिक्स पेपर की तैयारी अलग है और एथिक्स पेपर की वजह से आदमी एथिकल नहीं बनता. तो we can discuss how to prepare for ethics. I have a full session on how to prepare for ethics paper, GS4.
Yes.
That I can help you prepare that. You can prepare that. But I have doubt whether you will become ethical as a concept. For that, I have a separate session. Why and how can you become ethical? Why should you become ethical? How you can be. That has absolutely nothing to do with the paper. So paper is distinct, and I have written my views by putting a paper in in the examination, if you feel that a person will become ethical, it's absolutely absurd.
And what's your say on these cases, such cases? Because such cases sometimes demotivate an aspirant also. Ki if this is
Why?
what.
Why demotivate? This you should decide he will not be that. That's it. Simple. Demotivate किस बात है? वो गधा है जो हुआ ऐसा पकड़ा गया अच्छा है, पीटा गया और अच्छा है. आप मत बनिए हो. ये तो choice है. See, if a person does not have a choice, then there is a problem.
Right.
With my experience, I can tell you, you jolly well have a choice. You can continue to be ethical, but only ethical will not work. You have to be efficient. If you're ethical and efficient, some of you have that book, Ethical Dilemmas of a Civil Servant.
Yes.
I've written a full chapter on that. Honesty alone is not enough.
Right.
So you can be ethical, you should be ethical, because ethical conduct pays. This is a separate chapter. It pays because you can speak with pride, you can speak with confidence, and then you'll be recognized for what you are.
And talking about mentorship, sir, for aspirants, there is a proper, now we have these days everybody has a mentorship program and everything. And you have also mentioned that you are thinking, or there should be a mentorship for the civil servants also,
yes.
who are young officers. Those यहाँ पर जितने भी जिनका exam clear होगा, they'll be the young officers in future. तो वहाँ पर mentorship कितना जरूरी है?
Absolutely imperative, because times have changed.
You are alone.
You are alone. You don't know who to talk to if there is a problem.
Yes.
So I personally mentor not one, two, hundreds of them. Already they have access to me. They can write to me, they can come to me, they can talk to me, they can speak to me. And there have been some instances are mentioned in my book also of youngsters approaching me. But I have tried to speak to various state governments and ask them to start an institutionalized system of mentorship, which is identify a few officers who are prepared to mentor and enable the youngsters to reach out to them. Mentorship does not mean you guide them. No. Mentorship is being available to them. That in case they have an issue, they can come to you. It is not that every day you ask, kya haal hai, kaisa chal raha hai, aisa karo, waisa karo. No, ye nahi. If he runs into some issues, he has access to a senior officer. He can talk to him and seek his guidance. That's what mentorship is all about.
And so talking about how important is it for an IAS officer to develop an expertise in one field? I've heard you saying that you are against this.
Yes, they have to.
Seeing the lateral entry scheme of the government.
They have to develop expertise in managing men and women. That's the expertise they require. They have to become expert leaders, not a particular domain. You have to have domain knowledge where you go. You don't have to necessarily become an expert there. I had no expertise in coal. I developed some knowledge. I had no expertise in education. I developed some knowledge. And I thought I did a reasonably okay job. So you don't have to necessarily be an expert. My suggestion is that they should develop expertise in managing men and women. Even in the private sector, as people go up the ladder, they're not expert in a particular domain.
Yes.
They know how to manage men and women. They're good leaders. So leadership skill is something that they have to cultivate over a period of time, rather than becoming experts in a particular. We must decide, why do we want lateral entrance? If you want lateral entrance for expertise, I've always believed that expertise can be outsourced, which I did. Attitude cannot be outsourced. Right. Attitude is your own. So the focus of civil servants have to be development of that attitude rather than making them experts. If they are negative in their approach, no matter how good an expert they are, they will make a mess of themselves. But if they're positive in their attitude, if they have that particular attitude, they will acquire that knowledge, if not expertise. Right. They will be able to pick the right experts to assist them. So that's what is required rather than becoming experts themselves. And you've talked about, when you were an education secretary, you mentioned, I've read it somewhere, that if you're given more time, you could have made more changes. And you talked about the mafia also in education. Actually, it was only in education that I felt I should have had more time. Before that, I used to make myself redundant. In coal, I used to go to PMO and tell them, अब 45 मिनट का काम बचा है, ministry को बंद कर दीजिए. So I used to create systems and make myself. Education is much more complex. You know, as I said, in coal, mafias were overground and the mining was underground. In education, all the mafias are underground, eating into the essentials of Indian society. Much more complex mafias. Whether it is publication mafia, whether it's a school mafia, whether it's a nakal mafia, all mafias, and they are wreaking havoc with the education system. So it's not very easy to handle them. I tried handling some of them. Some places I succeeded, some places I failed, but that's how life is.
And talking about civil services being the fourth pillar of democracy, and you have utilized, civil servants are known to be working behind the curtains, anonymity maintain karna, but gradually social media ka use karna, you yourself use Twitter in a very positive manner, when you were handling that coal scam also. So that was something which was like, this role is being evolving now, using social media, making difference, and वो publicly उसमें बाहर निकलना. But some of them are not using it, the civil servants who are not using it in that manner, कि social media को pictures post करना, or how do you see that?
See, social media is a very powerful instrument for doing good things and stupid things as well. So again, the choice is yours. If an officer is using social media to promote himself or herself, she's doing disservice to herself and to the society. But if the social media is being used to disseminate information, to promote the work of the government, then it is worth it. So that's what it has got to be used for, promoting the work of the government, not your own image, for disseminating information. It's very important. It's a very powerful tool of telling the world at large what is being done. But it's not self-promotion. The problem arises in social media is कि भाई आज उन्होंने ये वाली साड़ी पहनी और इस फैशन शो में गए और इतने स्मार्ट हैं और मिस्टर इंडिया रहे हैं. मतलब ये काम सिविल सर्वेंट करने लगेगा तो फिर सिविल सर्वेंट का काम कौन करेगा? ये बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है कि वो मीटिंग और फीता काटना वो भी सब सोशल मीडिया में चल रहा है कि आज उन्होंने ये मीटिंग की. मीटिंग में जो हुआ हो अगर वो पब्लिक से संबंधित है वो आप बताइए. बट आप मीटिंग में आपने प्रिसाइड की मीटिंग, उसमें कौन सी बड़ी चीज? अब उसको भी सोशल मीडिया में डाल देंगे. सो दे आर प्रोमोटिंग देमसेल्व्स. सम ऑफिसर्स आर डूइंग दैट. सम हैव कम टू ग्रीफ. Others will come to grief if they don't realize this. Social media has to be used for the purpose of promoting what is being done rather than yourself.
And if we talk about the services rules, किस extent तक government और services rule एक IAS को protect करते हैं from the dismissal, from the suspension, from the inquiry? क्या protection होता है?
Inquiry से तो कोई protection नहीं है, but for removal, the article is very clear. It's a constitutional provision. You can't be removed without the approval of UPSC. There's a whole process. So IAS officers are fairly well protected. But I don't think one should bother too much about the legal part of it. It's your own reputation that matters. Very difficult for people to take action against you if you are known to be an efficient and an honest officer. Problem तब आती है कि आप खाली रूल से तो प्रोटेक्ट नहीं होंगे. आपकी रेपुटेशन आपको ज्यादा प्रोटेक्ट करती है. So and reputation evolves over a period of time. It doesn't happen overnight.
तो अगर कभी किसी के अगेंस्ट, सम पॉलिटिशियन के अगेंस्ट हम कोई डिसीजन लेते हैं तो कभी-कभी क्या सिविल सर्वेंट को डर लगता है कि उनकी जान को भी कोई खतरा हो सकता है क्या?
मालूम नहीं मुझे. तो मैंने बहुत डिसीजन लिया, अभी तक जानवान का तो खतरा नहीं है.
ओके.
ट्रांसफर सेफ नहीं भी है. अब देखिए अक्सर मुझसे किसी इंटरव्यू में पूछा कि साहब आप नक्सल डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स के अगर आप डिस्ट्रिक्ट मैजिस्ट्रेट बनते तो क्या होता. हमने कहा वो जवान जो है वो वहाँ लड़ाई पे जा सकता है तो हम क्यों नहीं बन सकते नक्सल डिस्ट्रिक्ट. भाई I as district magistrate was present in an encounter with 6 terrorists for 14 hours on the spot, and we shot down all 5 of them. I was there. I need not have been there as district magistrate, but I was there just for morale boosting and being there and arranging for force. I was there. तो ठीक है जो है वो. अब हर आदमी करता है. डिफिकल्ट काम दूसरा करे और अच्छा काम मुझे मिले, ये तो संभव नहीं है.
True. So we have these, I think most of the students and the aspirants who are sitting here, they are Gen Zs और यही लोग services में enter करने वाले हैं. तो हमने देखा है आजकल corporates में Gen Zs को manage करना एक अपने आप में challenge हो गया है. I don't know why they see that the attitude is somewhere different from जो पहले होता था. तो वो आपको क्या लगता है services में when these Gen Zs will go, government के लिए कोई challenge होगा, कोई change होगा?
देखिए ऐसा है कि every society evolves. और उसमें थोड़ा बहुत change आता रहता है. उसके ज्यादा परेशान नहीं होना चाहिए. You take it in your stride and understand what needs to be done and how I understand Gen Z is कि वो थोड़ा हर चीज, मैंने कहा ना मैगी कल्चर यूं आना चाहिए बस.
तो परेशान ये नहीं होंगे मुझे लग रहा है.
रील वाली प्रॉब्लम है वो है प्रॉब्लम. तो वो उसको आप अगर if they get a kick out of something doing more substantive than going through the phone, they'll do that. Right now they're going kick through likes, dislikes and whatever रील्स, उससे किक मिल रही उनको. तो हर चंद को एलेक्सीर किक चाहिए ना. और दूसरा दे दीजिए उसको, अच्छा काम करने में वो किक मिलेगी तो वो काम करेगा.
तो परेशानी जेन ज़ीज़ को नहीं होगी, मुझे लग रहा है परेशानी गवर्नमेंट को होगी.
क्यों परेशानी होगी? बदलती व्यवस्था में अपने आप को भी चेंज कीजिए थोड़ा सा. मतलब उसको बहुत बड़ा इशू बनाने की जरूरत नहीं है.
And sir, in this अमृत काल we see कि आपको क्या लगता है कौन से सेक्टर में बहुत ज्यादा opportunities available in these coming 10 years which we can do
I would
better?
believe service sector will continue to evolve. Service sector
Mhm.
is an area where a lot will be done. Whether it's hospitality sector, whether it's tourism, there are
Mhm.
many sectors that hold enormous potential for our country.
So before I conclude this podcast, I have these quick 5 rapid fire questions that I have to ask from you.
Fire.
Rapid fire. So it has some fire also. So the question first is that according to you, which thing was harder, handling a coal scam or explaining to your family that why are you being transferred again?
I didn't have to explain to my family at all. They never asked me this question, why are we transferred?
Never.
Never. No one asked.
They
I was
understood.
very fortunate. My family never questioned me. हो गया तो हो गया transfer, ठीक है चलो बढ़िया बिस्तर बांधो चलो.
They were prepared for it.
And coal scam was, I loved it. Not the scam, but
Yes.
handling the
Right.
aftermath of it. It was a challenge. I used to spend nights and days in the office. It was tough, it was difficult, and that was the beauty of it.
Though you mentioned before that if you're given another birth, you would want to become an IS officer. But if not an IS officer, then what do you think that you could be?
I would be teaching somewhere, talking. I love talking.
Love.
Walking is very difficult.
Podcasting also.
Podcasting is no problem. I don't have to do anything. मुझे अपने कहानी किससे सुना देते.
What's that most bizarre request that you've ever received as a civil servant?
I have written it in my book.
What do we want to listen from you?
It was a very interesting incident. I had this habit of reaching the office early in the morning. One day when I was sitting in the office, very early in my career, it was I think 86 or 87. A young boy just walked into my room. And he had a very strange request. He said, "Sir, I was a drug addict. I stole money, embezzled money from the bank. I was caught. I was kicked out of the bank. I was put in jail. I have been rehabilitated. I want my service back." This was the request.
And
I said, "यार तुम खुद कह रहे हो चोरी की, पकड़े गए, जेल गए और कैसे करे?" But I got him the job.
Okay.
I got him the job.
That would have been very satisfactory.
Oh, amazing, amazing. I have concluded that in my chapter. My daughter has inherited some of my crooked teeth, so we used to go to an orthodontist, a dentist. तो उसका वो इलाज कराया तो मैंने जब जाने लगे मैंने उससे पूछा यार कितने पैसे दें तो वो सर आपसे पैसे नहीं लेंगे. क्यों नहीं लोगे? वो सर आपको याद नहीं होगा मेरा ब्रदर था. He was on the verge of committing suicide. At that point in time he went and met you. And you gave him a job. Now he's married, he has children, he's leading a very healthy life. And you saved his life. Bharat Ratna.
True. In your book, you mentioned that there are a few politicians जिनको आप मिलना चाहते थे, पर of course you were not even born back then. So, for example, if we talk about Mahatma Gandhi, तो इन सब politicians से I'll just name. तो आप क्या question पूछना चाहेंगे? If you're given an opportunity to sit in front of Mahatma Gandhi जी, तो what one question that you would like?
मैं उनसे क्या प्रश्न करूंगा? मैं उनसे सीखूंगा, मैं सिर्फ देखूंगा, उनसे सीखूंगा.
कुछ तो बोलोगे सर?
मैं बोलूंगा कि भाई आप ये बताइए, how did you manage to lead the life that you led? This is the question that I'll ask. Maybe I'll learn something more from that. Here is a gentleman who had no aspiration, no personal aspiration, and sacrificed everything. And
Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru?
Oh, did he cultivate that fabulous sense of humor? His language and sense of humor. He spoke so well, and he had such wonderful sense of humor.
Yeah,
I would ask. True.
And Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam?
Oh, how to be so grounded as he was.
Yeah, very grounded.
So grounded, absolutely grounded person. He reached those heights.
And Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, as you mentioned.
I mean, whatever little that I've read of him, the man probably deserved more than what he got. And the strength, the inner strength that he had, and that was true of all these gentlemen that we are talking, was absolutely phenomenal. How did he go about cultivating that inner strength that he had?
Right. Okay. And the last question, I just want to tell everyone before this question that sir used to write diary in all these 38 years. He said that he used to write every day a page. So now, what would you prefer, writing diary or Twitter?
अब तो डायरी लिखता ही नहीं मैं.
You
अब
write on Twitter.
मैं बहुत सारी चीजें जो सर्विस में करता था अब नहीं करता. अब now I'm relaxed.
Yeah.
I'm
So relaxed नहीं था. Writing diary, of course, it has made you remember so many incidents.
yes. No. It was a different type of relaxation.
Yes.
But now I lead a different life. जैसे I used to read 100 books a year. Till about 3 years ago, I used to read every year, even during my career. Now I don't read at all. मैं भी वही करता हूँ, रील देखता हूँ, ट्विटर देखता हूँ. But I can afford to do that.
Yes.
You can't.
You can't. So sir, before we conclude, एक और सवाल था, बहुत छोटा सा सवाल जो मैंने किसी एस्पिरेंट से ही सुना था. उन्होंने ये पूछा था कि जब आप सिविल सर्वेंट बन जाते हैं तो आपको कोई गिफ्ट दे दे कि चलो, उसको बहुत था कि उसको सिविल सर्वेंट बनना है, तो आपको कोई गिफ्ट दे दे, कोई एक्सपेंसिव गिफ्ट दे दे, तो क्या वो लेना सही है कि अगर आपको सिर्फ गिफ्ट मिल रहा है?
कौन दे रहा है? मेरा ब्रदर दे रहा है तो मैं बिल्कुल लूंगा.
And if somebody like, sir, I admire you very much, I
ले लूंगा मैं.
और वो गिफ्ट कितना एक्सपेंसिव हो सकता है?
अब मुझे पता नहीं कितना है, खोल के ही मालूम पड़ेगा. ज्यादा एक्सपेंसिव हो तो वापस कर दूंगा.
So it's okay to accept gifts.
There's no harm. See, the question is we attach too many. So इतना डिस्कस कर लेते हैं. Obviously you can't take gold or anything of that sort. But if someone gives you a diary or a
Some
pen,
small moment.
it's
And since we are concluding now, what is your message to the young aspirants who are sitting here and who would be watching you also?
Okay, enjoy every moment that you are in. You have past is dead and gone, future you don't know. So long as you enjoy the moment, you will succeed in life.
Sir, in the end, you told that we should be happy in whatever we do. So can you just elaborate a little bit on that? Because the situation that we are in right now, and we study and grill through these hours, and when we compare us with peers around us or who are doing something else in life, then how to do that nishkam karma, or how to be happy in whatever you do, whether it is difficult or enjoyable?
See, if in the grill you don't feel grilled, you're going through the grill. अब इसको मजा कैसे लें? मजा ऐसे लें कि जब आपको ज्ञान प्राप्त होता है, when you learn, don't you feel good inside? ये चीज समझ में आ गई, उसी को बढ़ाइए और थोड़ा सा. When you become more enlightened, when you have more knowledge, when you have better understanding, you feel good inside. At least I used to feel good. Even now, कोई नई चीज समझ में आती है तो अच्छा लगता है ना अंदर.
Right.
बस उसी को बढ़ाते जाइए आप. बहुत बड़ा उपलब्धि के लिए मत जाइए, छोटे छोटे. आपने डिसाइड किया कि आज मैं इस चैप्टर को पढ़ लूंगा, आपने पढ़ लिया, अपने आप को एक थप्पी दीजिए पीछे, अरे वाह आज मैंने पढ़ लिया. छोटी स्मॉल विक्ट्रीज विल ब्रिंग यू बिगर विक्ट्रीज. दैट्स हाउ यू एंजॉय लाइफ. स्मॉल चीजें. जैसे मैं आज आया हूँ, आप लोगों से बात कर रहा हूँ, मुझे तो बहुत मजा आ रहा है. आपको आ रहा नहीं, पता नहीं आ रहा, मुझे बहुत मजा आया. मेरे लिए तो बढ़िया है. मेरे पास चॉइस थी, मैं नहीं आता यहाँ पर. आई मेड अ कॉन्शियस चॉइस टू कम हियर एंड आई एम एंजॉयिंग इट. तो दो चीजें होती हैं. एक तो ये कि आप वो चीज कर रहे हैं जो आपको अच्छी लगती है. आइसक्रीम अच्छी लगती है, आप खा रहे हैं. एक ये है कि जो आप कर रहे हैं वो आप उसको अच्छी कैसे लगे. सेकंड पार्ट थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट है. पहली चीज तो आप जो कर रहे हैं, आप वही कर रहे हैं जो आपको अच्छा लग रहा है. जो मैं रिटायरमेंट की बात कर रहा हूँ, रिटायरमेंट के पहले मुझे कई ऐसी चीजें करनी पड़ती जो मुझे अच्छी नहीं लगती थी, लेकिन मैं उसको अच्छा लगाता था, अपनी आदत चेंज करता था. टू फाइंड समथिंग पॉजिटिव इन दैट. Whatever you're doing which you may not like to begin with, if there is a purpose, you start liking it. The purpose is to become a civil servant and hence that sacrifice is justified. अब आप और मैं तो नहीं समझ सकते, बट महिलाएं समझेंगी. जो मदर होती है अपने बच्चे के लिए सैक्रिफाइस करती है, दर्द है उसे, लेकिन उसको अच्छा लगता है. So that is sort of a mentality you have to develop, that you start enjoying whatever you're doing. Something you'll enjoy a priori, but other things you have to develop that enjoy. You have to change that. Try and look for positives in everything that comes. जैसे मान लीजिए हम आ रहे थे, ट्रैफिक जैम में फंस गए. अब एक तरफ तो मुझे ये हो रहा है कि मैं देर हो जाएगा, दूसरी तरफ मुझे क्या है, मेरे टाइम है यार, आई कैन कैच अप विद माय मैसेजेस. ओके, यू गेट एन ऑल्टरनेटिव. अच्छा ये हो जाएगा. वो सेक्रेटरी बने, वो फाइल में फंसे हुए हैं सब. मैंने कहा यार ये तो बढ़िया है यार, अब तो जो होगा अच्छा ही होगा इसके बाद. सो इट्स हियर. There's no such thing as objective reality. It's your subjective response to it. वो develop कीजिए धीरे-धीरे.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, sir. So my question to you is that since this UPSC journey, it's a long journey. So how do you keep yourself motivated when the results are uncertain? There's no certainty, right?
जीवन में किसी चीज का सर्टेन रिजल्ट नहीं है. है किसी का नहीं ना. तो आपको क्या करना है कि आज जैसे आप कमरे से आप बाहर निकलेंगी ना, अभी how you feel at that point in time is very important. That you gained something from Mr. Swaroop. That is a victory. That is the sense of satisfaction. That is the motivation. So try and gain that sense of satisfaction from every activity that you undertake. So for example, you're coming by metro from your place to this place. On metro, in 15 minutes, you manage to revise a particular subject. You feel good about it. Okay? So that is how you have to do. People look for bigger victories. You have to look at small victories. Small. You know, climbing up the stairs, if you look at the top, you'll feel overawed. But if you divide them and say, okay, I've taken 10 steps, and then you take the next 10 steps, then take the next. So take it step by step and derive. You know, I used to work out a schedule for each day. Each day मुझे क्या करना है, और जब मैं कर लेता था तो मैं बड़ा खुश हो जाता था, और वही खुशी जो मुझे अगले दिन के लिए ड्राइव करती थी.
So thank you so much, sir, for coming here, for addressing the questions, for talking to us, for talking to all these aspirants. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.